In the early morning hours of Tuesday, August 26, 2025, a 31-year-old man was murdered in Washington, D.C. That's the very same city where the Trump sent in the National Guards to protect that city. Later that day, during a cabinet meeting, the Trump stated that if somebody kills something, they should face capital punishment. He did say something. Later on during that cabinet meeting, he tried to clean it up and he said, if somebody kills somebody here in the capital city, they should face capital punishment. And he added that capital punishment was a strong preventative. I don't agree with that last part, a strong preventative. Now, I am a proponent. I am for the death penalty, just not the way it's administered right now. Years ago, my sister told me she was against the death penalty until I asked her one question. What if somebody in the family or one of your close friends was murdered and they found the person who did it? What would you want to happen? She goes, well, I want them to be convicted and I want them to be, and then she paused, executed. I said, well, then you are a proponent for the death penalty. And she goes, yeah, you're right. So I ask you all, are you for or against the death penalty here in America? Also, as it's currently administered, do you think it's a strong deterrent? Let me know in the comments, please. And let's talk about why I don't believe it's a strong deterrent. When somebody's convicted and sentenced to death here in America, don't they sit on death row for 10, 20 plus years? And during that time, even though they're in prison, they're getting free health care, 3 meals a day. Pretty good setup, don't you think? Except for the part they're in prison. So is it really a strong deterrent? Now, granted, they're going through the appeal process during this time too. And I do believe you should be able to go through the appeal process. But limit the appeal process to a time of 2 years max. And if you haven't won on appeal by then you should be executed. Yes, I know there may be mistakes made. There may be wrongly convicted people. But I really think that risk is minimized now because we have DNA evidence. It's pretty hard to disprove DNA evidence, in my opinion. But you all let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that. You can also find statistics out there to prove any argument you have. And of course, I found an article that pretty much proves what I'm saying. This article looked at states that have the death penalty for the serious crime of murder versus states that do like life in prison. They don't have the death penalty. And from 1990 and on to now, there was a stark difference. The states that have the death penalty, their rate of murder, it didn't go down. The states that didn't have the death penalty, were doing life in prison, their rates of murder did go down. And that gap between those two different types of states has been growing since 1990. So again, is the death penalty, as it's currently administered here in America, is it really a strong deterrent, or as Trump said, a strong preventative? I say no. What do you all think? Again, please leave a comment and let me know. Now I'll end the video with my reminders. 1. Keep demanding release of those documents. 2. Black out the system, September 16th through the 20th, 2025. If you have questions about that, go to the website, blackoutthesystem.com. And 3. Keep your eyes on the prize. The prize is the White House and democracy in America. Do not get distracted by the foolishness, mayhem, lies, and debauchery coming out of the 47th administration. If you learned anything in this video, or if you just liked it, please hit that follow button, as it helps me out immensely. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a great day.